Hi, my name is Dr. Keemi Ereme, and I'm an OBGYN and a abortion provider. And I had the pleasure of watching The Devil is Busy, and I want to share some of my thoughts. Um, the way it made me feel a lot of things. First, it felt like a normal day in an abortion clinic. And I feel that's kind of true no matter where you practice. There are lots of similarities between the protesters and trying to keep people safe and making sure your staff is safe, and still trying to provide good care for people. And I thought that this film did a wonderful job of portraying that and what that looks like in the everyday, day-to-day life. Um, it also made me feel a lot of anger. I really felt a bit triggered by the use of language that was to promote the valuation of Black lives as a deterrent from allowing Black women um, from accessing the basic care to determine their own lives. That for me felt very frustrating and um, very angering, um, because I feel like um, there is still continued devaluation of Black lives, and to try to use that as an argument to prevent somebody from accessing abortion care is just ludicrous, racist, and disturbing. Um, Additionally, I felt that um, the film brought up a lot of emotions about how people approach abortion from different viewpoints, different backgrounds, different experiences, but fundamentally believe in the right for people to have access to basic health care, which abortion is. Um, so I would say to anyone who's had an abortion, or um, anyone who's thinking about having an abortion, that their choice is valid, their choice is their own, and it has no impact on who you are as a person. It is a choice that you made for your life, and that is okay. And no one has the right or ability to judge you for your choices. Um, I really want people to know that abortion is just basic health care. There's nothing special about it. I feel we exceptionalize abortion care a lot, and um, it really does not deserve to be exceptionalized. It is just basic medicine and basic healthcare. Um, and it's something that I feel like we are increasingly taking away uh, people's choices when it comes to how they want to live their lives, and build or not build families. And um, I think it is up to every individual to make that choice for themselves, and no one else's opinions or thoughts should ever come into that. And accessing basic healthcare does not make you a bad person. It does not make you a sinner. It just makes you a person who made a choice that was good for them. And that's really all that matters. And then additionally, when it comes to people seeking care in more restrictive states like Georgia with tougher bans, first, I want to say that there is no such thing as a safe state. Um, I feel a lot of times you can hide behind that title, especially for those like myself who practice in states that have more liberal abortion laws and less bans. But if any state has abortion bans, then we're all at risk. We're all um, going to continue to battle the same things. So that's why there's no such thing as just a safe state. Um, we need to make sure that everyone in every state has the same access to abortion care, because it absolutely should not depend on your zip code, whether you have full access to health care or not. And it's not lost on me that um, a lot of people in these states that have more restrictive laws are both people of color, and people who are suffering from poverty. And I don't think that is um, done unintentionally. And it further upsets me that we push people into poverty and then actively try to prevent them from working their way out of that, and instead attack their moral character, instead of looking at that person's decision as their own and their own ability to live the lives that they want to lead. Um, Yeah, I think it comes down to this idea and this tenet of reproductive justice where you have to believe people on where they are. You have to allow them to make their own choices. You have to allow them to build or not build their families as they choose, to have families if they want to, um, and to create those families in safe environments. And I feel like abortion is part of that whole spectrum that we were failing women on, and people with uteri on, because not only are we not allowing people to have access to abortion care, we're also limiting their access to obstetric care. We're limiting their ability to have families and raise them in safe environments. It is an affront to all levels of reproductive justice, and it is just not acceptable. So, for those in Georgia, I commend all providers and staff who work at abortion clinics in restrictive states. I know that is not an easy task and it's a constant onslaught, but you are doing incredible work. And there are so many people who are so thankful for you. And to know that we're all in this together, we're all fighting together, and none of us are safe until everybody is safe.